Hey everyone, and welcome back. And today we're going to talk to you about how you can actually start affiliate marketing as a beginner and spend almost no money on tools and resources to actually begin. So if you've been looking for ways to make money online, affiliate marketing might be just right for you. So first of all, let's define what affiliate marketing is. Affiliate marketing is basically just where you're actually promoting someone else's product, and as a result, when someone buys through you, you actually get paid a commission as a result of your effort. And one of the best things about this is that you don't actually have to worry about creating or researching any products. You don't have to worry about fulfillment of the products. You don't have to worry about payments of those products either. All you actually have to do is actually focus on marketing the products to an audience and actually collecting commissions over time as a result of any sales that you make. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, affiliate marketing will require one, a large audience, and two, a lot of money on tools and resources so that you can actually get started. Well, first of all, I want to point out that one, you don't actually need a huge audience to actually create an income through affiliate marketing. You just need to be able to generate enough traffic to promote the product to actually generate those sales. And two, you don't need to spend a lot of money on actually promoting products either, or tools and resources to actually set yourself up. You can do this without actually having to spend money on advertising, and you don't have to worry about spending money on a lot of resources to actually set your business up either. There are a lot of free options out there, and that's what we're going to go through in this video with you today and actually point out to you how you can actually utilize these resources for free to actually get started. So in this video today, we're actually going to go through and actually show you which tools and resources you can actually use for free to actually get started and set yourself up, and how you can actually best leverage those tools to actually get the best return out of them and grow over time and actually earn a lot more money as well. And if you're still confused by the end of this video, I'm going to give you another bonus tool that you can actually use, or actually highly suggest doing, so that you can actually fast track your success so you can actually start earning a lot more money a lot more readily. So let's dive into the video now, shall we? So the first thing I actually want to address is the actual flow of affiliate marketing. Now, I've actually addressed this in previous videos, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to go through and give a bit of a rough outline of what steps are involved so you can actually understand what tools we'll actually be using and why we actually use them as well. So the first thing we're going to do as an affiliate marketer is, once we actually pick the niche and product we're actually going to promote, we actually want to try and start generating some traffic and creating an audience so that we can actually promote our products or offers too. So then from there, we're actually going to direct that traffic and that audience to a two-step bridge page funnel, where on the first step, we're actually going to exchange some kind of offer or value to our audience in exchange for their email. And then on the second page, we're actually going to present them our primary offer. Now, the reason why we actually grab their email is so that we can actually promote that offer to them over time as well if they don't purchase on the first time they actually visit it. Now, that's actually a very important step, and I actually go through that in another video as well. So if you want to look at that, I'll leave some links down below so you can actually pick up on that and actually learn how to actually do that effectively. And it's not just about emailing our audience of promotions and offers, it's also about kind of developing that relationship and that trust and rapport with that audience, so that if you do have other offers down the line, they are more inclined to actually look at that offer and actually purchase from you again and again and again, and you can actually make more and more money over time. So now that we actually understand the basic flow of affiliate marketing and what the kind of steps are and where we're going to actually kind of implement some free tools, let's dive into the first step of this entire process, and that's creating content on social media for creating and generating an audience to actually promote our offers too. So one of the first things you're actually going to need for this entire process as an affiliate marketer is a social media account in the niche of what you're actually kind of promoting and what offers you're going to be promoting. And fortunately, as you're probably already aware, social media is actually free to use. So that means you can actually generate and create an audience for free without actually having to kind of spend money on advertising and setting it up, which is a great way to actually get started. And it's also one of the reasons why I love affiliate marketing if you're a beginner trying to make money online and you don't actually have a lot of money to start. So the actual best platforms for doing this are currently TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And the best kind of content to actually create for generating an audience is actually short form video content. Now, each platform has its own kind of perks and drawbacks, or pros and cons. So Deciding which platform you actually want to use is all dependent on you. But right now, as it stands, TikTok most likely has the best virality and best kind of reach that you can actually gain from your audience or from creating an actual audience. And the kind of content you want to be focusing on mostly is short form video content, because that's what all three platforms are kind of pushing the most at the moment and what people are actually engaging with the most as well. So it's a great way to actually develop that audience and actually build a larger following a lot faster and a lot more easily. So creating this kind of video content is actually really easy to do. You don't actually need any fancy cameras, any fancy setups of lighting, microphones, things like that. Although I do actually have a microphone on myself at the moment, and I do have a ring light here as well, which I use, but I'm actually recording this off my mobile phone because I do have a very good smartphone, so it makes it a bit easier. But that's literally all that you need. You only need a smartphone, and you don't necessarily even need a ring light. You can actually just use natural lighting or overhead lighting as well. So you don't actually have to spend a lot of money on setup to actually record these videos, and you can do it just from, like I said, a smartphone. So that means I'm assuming that you've already got a smartphone and that it can actually start without actually having to go out and actually buy any pieces of equipment. Then from there, video editing, one can either be done in app or by using free software such as CapCut, Canva, or even Blender. Now these tools are for video editing, and they are actually very, very useful, as you can actually do quite a bit with them. Now, which software you actually choose to use is entirely up to you and what you actually want to achieve. Each software or each kind of app or platform has its own kind of pros and cons and what you can actually do within the app. So obviously with TikTok and actually editing videos on TikTok, you can actually add some effects, some sounds, captions, things like that. Whereas CapCut, which is an app outside of TikTok, actually has a lot more features like overlays and things like that, where you can actually add a lot more effects to your videos, so you can actually create a better quality video. And same thing with Canva, you can actually use the free version of that to actually kind of add some kind of effects and actually text and things like that, which can make your videos more appealing for your end user to use and to watch. So which software you use is entirely up to you and how you actually want to use it. And like I said, they all have their pros and cons about what they're actually capable of, and it also depends on what you're actually able to do as well. But for the most part, they're all pretty much free, but they do have some pro versions available as well, where you can actually pay for extra features and effects like that. And if you don't actually want to use video for your kind of content, you can actually create photo content as well, or post for Instagram. Now, this is a great way of actually kind of going in a bit more depth and detail in some of your posts, because you can create carousels and kind of list and highlight step-by-step processes of what to actually do, and kind of go into a little bit more kind of depth about what you're trying to explain. And to actually create these, you don't actually have to use any fancy tools or software. You can actually do a lot of this from the free software Canva as well. So it's actually a great website to actually use and actually create content for your offers and your products and things like that. So highly recommend Canva, great place to actually use to actually create content. Now the next part of our affiliate marketing process is where we actually drive our audience to our two-step bridge page funnel, where we, on the first page, want to capture their email, and then on the second page, we actually want to present our offer to our audience. Now there's a lot of software out there that you can actually use to actually create this bridge page funnel, and I'm going to go through and show you or explain to you which ones you can actually create bridge page funnels for free. Now, fortunately, a lot of email automation software out there actually has funnel page builders incorporated into their software. So you don't actually have to go out and actually spend money on expensive or pricey funnel builders. You can actually kind of keep it all in one spot, and it makes this entire process a lot easier. And this also means if you're just starting out and you don't actually have an email list to actually promote to, it's a great way to actually kind of start building it from scratch, and you don't have to worry about spending a lot of money. Now, I actually use ClickFunnels for my bridge page funnel, and I've actually got about 9 steps in my entire funnel process. But that's something which is actually kind of a bit more complex, and you actually develop over time as you grow as an affiliate marketer. And with ClickFunnels, you do actually have to pay for it, and it is a reasonably pricey platform to actually use. But because I do have a reasonably large email list, it makes more sense for me to actually use that, so I can actually be a bit more in depth with what I'm actually offering and promoting to my audience. Now, if you actually did want to use ClickFunnels, they do actually have a 2-week free trial period, but if you don't actually have an audience or you're just getting started, it might be a better option to avoid that and just kind of go with some free options instead. If you still want to try and use ClickFunnels, there is a link down below, and you can actually sign up for that and get a 2-week free trial. So there are actually quite a few good platforms out there that you can actually use to actually create this 2-step bridge page funnel for yourself. and actually have email autoresponders incorporated in them. So the ones which I'm going to mention here are probably my favorite ones to actually use and look into. Now my favorite softwares for this are actually Systeme.io, MailerLite, GetResponse, and Aweber. And I've actually got Aweber incorporated into my ClickFunnels website so that I can actually have my email automation running on point. Now, which one you choose will actually depend on what you actually require. Now, as a beginner, it makes it a little bit easier to choose because you won't actually have an email list to actually email to just yet, and you're gonna have a very basic funnel to actually build. So like I said, you're probably just gonna have 2 pages set up for your bridge page funnel, and you won't actually have anyone in your actual email list as you're actually just starting to grow it. But things to actually think about when actually choosing which platform to use is how many emails you're gonna be sending per month for your actual email automation campaigns, and how many subscribers you can actually have before you actually have to kind of start paying. Now, some of these platforms actually have a cap on how many subscribers you can have before you actually have to start paying, and how many emails you can actually send per month before you start paying. So let's run this for an example. Say one of the platforms has a cap of 1,000 emails that you can actually send per month, or 1,000 subscribers to your email list. So if you have 100 subscribers and in your email campaign, you want to send 10 emails per month, you will actually have to start paying for the platform after you have 100 subscribers. So these are just things you have to kind of think about before you actually subscribe to one of these platforms, what makes most sense to you, and how you can actually kind of extend your kind of free trial period for as long as possible without actually having to kind of spend money. But as you grow, you will actually have to start spending money. And if you're actually making money, it doesn't really matter because it's all part of the business and actually setting it up. And then, like I said earlier on, another thing to think about is how many steps on your funnel you're actually gonna have. Now, like I said earlier on, my funnel actually has about 9 steps in it, where I actually kind of keep promoting my initial offer through different methods. But if you're just starting, you're most likely only gonna have 2 steps, one for the landing page, or where you're actually gonna capture their email, and 2 is where you're gonna present your primary offer to your audience. So this means you won't actually really worry about that too much in the initial stages, but as you grow, you will actually have to look at softwares which actually allow you to actually have more steps in your funnel, so you can actually grow and actually incorporate more offers. Now, we'll leave links to all these down below, so you can actually kind of click on them and actually look for yourself which one actually makes the most sense for you. Now then, the next step of this actual process is actually email autoresponders. Now, as we're probably already aware, we've actually incorporated the email autoresponder in our bridge page funnel software. So you're kind of getting 2 birds with 1 stone. So look into which platform actually makes the most sense for you, because emailing and your email list are actually very important steps as an affiliate marketer, and you actually do want to try and build your email list as fast as possible, because that's where you actually generate the most money from and what is considered your biggest digital asset. But if you are actually using a software like ClickFunnels, which is just a funnel builder, you will need an email autoresponder. So having a look at the ones which I've listed before are very good options for you to actually look into. Now, while you've actually been setting all this up, you might have been thinking about, will I need a domain name for my actual business or for my actual website? Now, this is where it kind of depends on what you actually want to do and actually where you actually want to go with it. Now, you can actually start without actually having an actual domain name, because with these email autoresponders or with these funnel builders, they can actually give you a kind of subdomain part of their website or part of their package. But having these subdomains isn't as attractive as actually having your own personal domain linked to your website. It's actually a lot longer and a lot harder for you to actually say to people and for people to remember as well. So for example, for me, it might be clickfunnels.daviddigitalsolutions.com, which, as you can see, it's already quite long and be very, very difficult for people to remember, so they won't actually kind of go to your website as easily. Whereas if you actually own the domain name, it actually makes it look a lot cleaner and it's a lot easier for people to remember depending on what your domain name is. So for mine, it's daviddigitalsolutions.com. So it makes it very easy for people to kind of remember and go straight to my website to actually look at the offers I have available. Now, you can actually get a website for relatively cheap depending on what name you're actually going for, and they pretty much start from about $10. Now, like I said, it's not a important step. You can actually just go with the subdomain option or the free option from these automation software, or you can actually purchase a domain name for yourself as well. All depends on what you actually want to do, and you can actually buy this down the track in a later stage. So I'll actually leave a link down below to namecheap.com, which actually has a whole bunch of domain names you can actually purchase and gives you a price guide of what you can actually look for as well. So I've given you a lot of value in this video of actually how you can actually get started for free. And for a lot of you, this might actually been overwhelming and very, very confusing. I know for me, when I was first starting out, it was as an affiliate marketer, it actually was overwhelming and it was actually very, very confusing how to actually set it all up, the entire process, and what to actually do as an affiliate marketer. Which brings me to my bonus. So while I went through the basic overview of how to actually set up a affiliate marketing business overall and all the kind of steps involved, I kind of left out a lot of information for you there as well. And it's a bit like having like half a recipe trying to bake a cake. If you don't actually have the full recipe and the full process of actually how to put it all together, you won't actually make the cake and it won't be successful. So having the full recipe or the full framework or the guidelines of what to do and how to do it makes a huge difference in the success of what you're trying to achieve. And this is no different for making money online and affiliate marketing. To be successful, you need the full kind of framework or guideline of all the steps involved and how to actually execute on them correctly to be able to be more successful over time. Now, you can actually learn this for free and there are articles out there, but even then, they leave a lot of information out and you won't get the full picture. And same thing with the cake, if you don't have the full picture, you won't be able to make the cake successfully and it won't taste the same. So this is why I highly advise on getting training and coaching from someone who's actually taught this to millions of people around the world and has a successful business of his own. And that's through the 15-day Business Builder Challenge with Dave Sharp and the team at Legendary Marketers. They actually go through the full process of actually how to set up this digital marketing agency for yourself so you can actually make some money online and makes it a lot easier for yourself as well, and you get to fast track the entire process. And this is the same training that people who are making multiple six figures a year are using and incorporating to actually get themselves from zero, or where they had no clue what they were doing, to be able to do this successfully over and over and over again and leave their 9-to-5 jobs and actually live the life which is more fulfilling to them. And all you have to do is literally spend 1-2 hours a day of learning those tools and the processes and actually implementing them. So it's actually really easy to actually do. So doesn't take a lot of time out of your day, and anybody can actually do this and learn it for themselves as well. So financial freedom is something you actually want to achieve for yourself in 2023 or 2024, depending on when you're watching this video. Hit the link below, get the training, and start learning the full process or the full recipe of what it takes to become successful online. Now, if you have found value in this video, don't forget, guys, smash that like button and share it with friends, because it's no fun getting wealthy or making money online if you don't actually have friends to do awesome stuff with. So you may as well make that money online with your friends as well. So share the link with your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.